puzzle, y'all. We are grooving off the spirituality. It feels good. I got something to say though. It's time for somebody to take over the West Coast plow with fly style, and I'm the one. Been here for years, check your file. Cause I'm the kind of nigga with a strong desire to nut up, light a torch, and set the world on fire. See me bouncing in my bed, doing donuts in the middle of a cedar with Rosarita, trying to find some place to eat her. Cause I'm freaky with a capital L. I beat up your little pocket Peter till it ain't nothing left. I'm nasty. See, we get better when you think we hot, and we got more cheddar than they think we got. You see, we make the kind of money that when we withdraw, they notify the feds cause it's too much, y'all. What you call a stash, we call it petty cash. Spend 5 or 6 figures a month, ain't left a gash. Party all night, and we sleep all day. Drink Corona X for breakfast, then we ready to play. I still like them green-eyed, big old titties and thighs. Big old nigga, little heart, and I'm big at the thighs. So shoot your game, baby girl. Don't be scared to take a bet. You never know, this might be wet.
Sometimes we don't feel grown up, and that's no lie. So we party until we die. 'Cause life is much too short for you to not be fine.
You feel that? That's right. Now whether or not I be drunk off a gallon of my wet, I can still make the beat stink like some salmon croquette. Go to the hood and get all the kids that I can fit in a limo, take them to the store and buy some shit. Give them a demo of my new shit, cause it's the shit. And let them know that they the shit, and they can make hits, cause it ain't shit. I gotta keep the cycle going. Baby doll, whichever way the wind be blowing, I'm going. Slide in the motherfucker, Mr. Dante. Come on, B, back me up each and every day. Whether it's hot, whether it's cold, whether it's soft, whether it's bold, whether it's new, whether it's old, whether it's gold. Platinum, I stack it. Dante, baby doll, we be fly. Freestyling like a motherfucker, don't ask why, cause this ain't Budweiser, bud. Why, sir, did you see the thighs on the bird? We nasty in the motherfucker, baby doll. Can I freak your shit and break your sugar wall down to the compound? The elements, feel my elephant.
We get high. Sometimes we don't feel grown up, and that's no lie. So we party until we die. 'Cause life is much too short for you to not be fine.
Now, do y'all feel that? See, ain't nothing but God macking going on right now, see. The game is to be told and not sold, depending on which game it is, and we're gonna keep it way real, you know. Cause it ain't no doubt in nobody's mind that I'm a very blessed individual, man. If we don't turn it around and give it back, then we can't go forward. Do you feel me? So that's what we do every time we get on this microphone. We let them know that we might be street rappers, but we are very much anointed. And we got something to say. So if you feel me like we feeling y'all, get your ass up on the ball. Time to take this shit back. All of it. Cause it was ours to begin with. Don't sleep, baby. Don't sleep, homie. Now when the hook come back again, we gonna say,
Feel good.
It's King MC. Thanks for tuning in to the G-Lew Show on Westside Wednesdays, hosted by G-Lew, our sponsor BTP Media and 93 Tweed FM Ism. Much respect.
Be there. Don't be no square. Every Wednesday, 7 to 9 p.m., Westside Wednesdays, presented by G-Lew and Queen Jean. Go on and just hop into the studio line, 914-803-4001, to get your request in every Wednesday, 7 to 9 p.m., Westside Wednesdays. Thanks to our sponsors, D.D. Harrison, BTP Media, and Tweed Cadillac. Be there. Don't be no square.
Don't be no square. And just like that, we are back. It's your homeboy G-Lew. Big G-Lew, and I'm back for another spill where we keep it way too real. It is Westside Wednesdays radio show with G-Lew and the beautiful Miss Queen Jean. As you all know, Queen Jean is on vacation right now doing her damn thing. I told her just kick back, don't trip. She may come in, she may not, but we're going to just let Queen enjoy her special needed vacation, right? But check this out. It's G-Lew. I am back. I want to first and foremost say thank you to all the love and support we get. Thank you to our supporters, our sponsors, BTP Media Group, 93 Tweed FMism, D.D. Harrison, Normani Candles, One World Magazine, and the G-Lew Show YouTube channel, right? Tap into all those networks right there, first and foremost, right? Second, I want to give a shout-out not only to the sponsors, but again, to you. If you're listening online right now, you could be anywhere in the world that you are doing whatever you want to do, but you're tuned in with me, G-Lew, and I thank you. The G-Lew Show thanks you as well. So, with that being said, if you were tuned in last Wednesday, you already know we had a great interview with our very own Cuzzin Marci, family of the show. You know what I mean? It was a great interview. It was so good that we didn't get to finish it off. We had a lot more to talk about, so we said we're going to continue it on till tonight. So we got my favorite Cuzzin Marci, the beautiful, funny, gifted, profound, prolific, all that right there. Cuzzin Marci, she is back live on the G-Lew Show, Westside Wednesdays radio show. Welcome her to the show. What up, Cuzzo?
What's up to you, Cuzzo? Mic check, 1 2 1 2. I am here. Hey, everybody out there. Salute to my queen cousin Jean, missing you, of course. And I'm just here again. Thank you so much. Those are very kind words. You always keep it kind. I'm the favorite. The favorite cousin. Don't tell the other cousins.
For sure.
Yeah.
For sure. But before we get started, Marci, holler at your fans out there. Holler at everyone out there. Let them know what's going on with Marci before we start. Marci's Minute, all that shit you got cracking. Talk to the people.
Talk to the people really fast. So Marci's Minute, we didn't get into it, y'all. There was a little hiatus for that, so I should have some good stuff hopefully coming up on Friday and Sunday. Marci's Minute is doing some other stuff in the background, soon to be announced. But when we officially launch the actual Marci's Minute, it will be about hopefully a 15-minute video. It's going to be found on YouTube. But, of course, it's highlighting the G-Lew Show platform and everything that goes on with the G-Lew Show. So that's also going to include your OG Sundays, your YouTube Oldies Rule Forever on Sunday, Westside Wednesdays with you and Queen Jean, Fabulous Flashback Friday. So we're just putting the word out there, but there's more to come. So stay tuned, especially everybody that here on the After Hours on Sunday.
Tell them.
Yes, sir.
No, I was just going to briefly cut in and just say, tell them right now where they can go follow you so they can be ready. They can already be in line when the shit cracks off.
They already want to be in line. That's absolutely correct. So go over to YouTube and you're just going to type in, okay, it's going to be my name. So that's MARCI' space and then the word minute, MINUTE. Just type it in. So you might get some funky stuff come up at first, but just keep looking. There is 3 videos on there already, but it is, again, we're highlighting the G-Lew Show platform, and we're also getting the G-Lew Show name out there more, so we're trying to promote it using Marci's Minute, and Marci's Minute is going to keep it quirky. We're going to keep you laughing. It's just going to be like how I do on the show. So, yeah, everybody head on over there, and the link has been posted, but you got to go to the after hours, okay? The after hours from Sunday, and the link was posted in that chat, so you'll be able to find it. But the official launch, G-Lew, it should be like on Friday, where we're going to just start mass emailing people. So,
that's right.
Keep your eyes and your ears open. MARCI' space MINUTE, Marci's Minute. Okay, go like, share, and subscribe if you're able to find. And yeah, that's what we're doing. So exciting, right?
That's dope. That's dope. I think that's going to be a dope channel, not only with the Marci's Minute, but I think eventually you can incorporate a lot of things with it. You know what I mean? Stuff you got going on, knowing about the candles, have the baby girls.
Yes.
You know, I think there's so much you can do with that, Marci. So I'm really hyped about that.
Yeah, and it's a lot of things that, you all highlight as well, like people doing good in the community. So, yeah, it will be fun stuff. But, again, just like Queen does the announcements on Sunday, so it's just going to be a fun little page. Yeah, so we've been shooting up there, so I didn't shot up a little bit from 1 and then none to, we're getting up there. So I got to go, y'all. Help us reach the goal.
That part. That's dope. Shout out to Marci's Minute, the new channel coming to YouTube, about to take it by storm. So make sure you're in line now. Get your tickets now before they sell out. You dig? So
grab your tickets. Right?
Yay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so check it out, y'all.
Exciting. Check it out, y'all.
The show. Check it out, y'all. Before we get into this interview, the part 2 of this interview, I want to, speaking of birthday shout outs, and I want to give a shout out to hip hop. We just celebrated 50 years of hip hop. We've been celebrating all year, but officially the other day, I think the 11th or 12th, whatever day it was the official day for hip hop's birthday. So shout out to all the forefathers of hip hop that started it all, kicked it off, the ones that came in, kicked the doors, starting from the Kool Hercs and Bombadas and Flash to people like and Russell, to people like Run DMC, who kicked down the doors commercially and opened it up for people to come after that and after that. So all generations, 80s, 90s, 2000s, all the way up to the new millenniums and the people that's still keeping it going. Salute to hip hop. Happy birthday from the G-Lew Show. Just want to add that. Now, let's get into this this real Marci's Minute. The interview, we're highlighting and showcasing Marci tonight because, Marci's been a part of the show now, I guess, over a year. And, people know that lovely voice and that humorous laugh. And then they know all that, but they don't know Marci the person. There's a lot of layers and deep things. Well, at least what she wants to tell you. You know what I mean? So you're getting a chance now to know Marci one-on-one in real time, a day in the life of Cuzzin Marci. So we're gonna continue with this interview, because last time we left off, we kind of left off, but we jumped around as well because we kind of left you leaving high school and kind of leaving Pacoima to go to LA to start working. But then we jumped around. We jumped around all over the place. Started talking about your intern and all that, which I want to get to, but we didn't give that a proper place. So I want to kind of go back because we skipped over a lot. Like really, when you you said, okay, I'm about to go get my work on, my grind on, and try to get a little cheddar, right?
A little fatty,
and go to LA to work. Yeah, right. Like when you just want to put your big panties on and say, I'm about to go do this shit. Pops, I'm out of here. Tell us about that.
Okay. Yeah, that, again, for the people that has listened to part 1, I'm not going to say anything that went on in part 1. You got to go back and listen, people. But at that age, it was just like no different for me. The goal was to always secure employment. But I knew it wasn't going to happen where I lived. So the opportunity came along, thank goodness. And out the gate, right after high school, I went right to full-time work. It wasn't even a part-time job, but I think it was the best thing for me. I had worked before, different companies, office jobs, before I got to this kind of job. So the particular job I got, I say it's a good starter. It should be for everyone, but it's not. Yeah, it was fast food. Yeah.
Well, check it out. Hold on. When you moved, when you jetted out of Pacoima and got on, I don't know what freeway you get on, but when you left Pacoima and got back on the freeway and came to LA to start work, did you leave like the house for good, or were you just going to work and coming back, or were you out of there? Literally.
No, so the plan was not to do that. It just happened so strange, and that's when I kind of recognized a new form of decision making in my head, or I didn't know that I had. Again, very sheltered and stuff like that, but there were things that I just didn't think about. I would never think about leaving home my parents, no, but yeah, the job being in LA made it more easier for me. So first I was commuting. With my older brother and his wife, and we would just get on that freeway, but most of the time we would work night shifts, so it didn't seem that bad. But once my other side of the family kind of found out, oh, you're out here, like my grandparents came to my job, and I started riding with my grandfather. So that meant, oh, well, you could just spend the night at Granny's house. Me and Granny's house. Right. Well, of course, who doesn't want to do that? So slowly but surely, the exits started happening. So what I started doing was working it around my schedule. Oh, well, I can't go back home because, I got to go to work. So it's just easier for me to stay down here with the grandparents. They had, the room.
Okay, I was going to ask you, were you missing home at this time? Because that's a shift, too, going from your comfort zone and nice and Pacoima. I don't know, however it was, too, going back to L.A. where it's kind of crazier and you're in someone else's pad. How was that?
These are my people. I would go there every weekend. So I would hate to leave Los Angeles to come back to Pacoima. Yeah, every time I came back, home, I'd be like Troy and Crooklyn. I'm sitting in the back crying, like, I needed another minute. No, not at all. I didn't miss that. Well, how much CNN can I watch? But like any typical 18-year-old, they don't want to be sitting up under their parents. Well, they shouldn't want to be sitting up under their parents. Right. They should be wanting to do, something.
That was a good getaway anyway. Right.
That was a good getaway anyway. Plus, it was freedom. It was like, I wasn't trying to do it directly. I want my grandparents.
That's why you went out there and went ham and started. No, I'm just playing. Go ahead.
Yeah, that's why I went out there and went ham and got baptized and started hanging with the youth at the church. Woo-hoo! Girl went crazy. And I went to work.
Go ahead.
No, I'm just playing. But yeah, there was a few moments. But it just, out of convenience, I would say comfortability. And then, again, I got to be around my real mom. So any chance that I had an opportunity to just be around this lady, it was like, definitely, I missed her. I needed her.
How was that, though, when you got back, being that you've been apart?
We had to have our come to Jesus moment. We had to hash it out. We had to let our feelings be known. We had to tell each other how we really felt. We had to go through that. It was only about one good time when we had to kind of break it down to each other. It was so funny because what happened was she thought she was going to whoop me. Literally whoop me with a belt. For what?
After you were already 18, too? Hey, hold on, Mama. Hold on now. Hold on. But
I don't know.
Let me ask you this. Being that you were with your stepmom so long and this, that, and then you're back with your mom, did you ever have those? Because I had this growing up all the way till my stepmom passed. But my mom and my stepmom definitely did not get along. But did you have, was those the type of issues going on? Or was your mom cool or your stepmom vice versa? Or were they both mutual?
Oh, goodness.
Like, did you have to hear all that when you were around your mom?
No, I'm sorry to hear that. And rest in heaven to your stepmom as well. No.
Okay.
Them two were buddies. They were like best buds. They would call one the other and talk about my dad. Like, they stay on the phone for hours. Or, my dad would be on the phone with my real mom and get a phone to my stepmom. And they had they loved each other. That's what I got to see.
Cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which helped me for future endeavors. We'll get into that.
Right. Okay. Well, I didn't mean to cut you. I just want to ask that. And then you were talking about now reconnecting with your mom, getting over the hurdles.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe she thinking she's going to put hands on you and all that. So what's going on at that point?
Yeah, just one good time, but it's like by that time I did kind of skedaddle my way over to from my grandparents' house in Compton, and my closest aunt to me, she lived down Central, so she lived on 118th Street. So
Okay.
she worked with me close to my job, and we had the same schedule because I usually work the same schedule. So I wound up carpooling with her. So you see how God was just kind of placing me in these areas where somebody's always around, and that's when I really learned. Because what if she didn't go to work one day? Well, how are you going to get to work? So I had to, learn LA transportation.
Oh, so you did not have a car at this time?
I did not have a car, no. And then that was another main goal. I had always wanted a car. So I just carpooled with her, and then I learned the bus system. I didn't know the bus system in LA. I think it was it still RTD? No, I think it was MTA back then. I don't think the Green Line was up and running.
I didn't do the MTA.
Yeah, I'm an MTA. No, I did do the RTD. I did the RTD when I did telemarketing at 16. I did in the Valley. Okay. So, yeah. But, yeah, you just had to learn by trial and error. I remember one time I walked to my aunt's job. This is how close I thought we were, right? I walked from King in Vermont to, like, Normandy.
You over there. You over there in the areas, too. How was that? You over there in them areas. Like, you naming these streets. I'm like, hold on. You over here in these certain areas of 118th Street, Vermont, King, and all these. You were in these areas. How was that, too? Like, or you probably were oblivious to all that. Like, I'm just going to work. I'm not.
I was just going to work. It wasn't. The only thing I would say about that was I did work close to Manual High School, and a lot of my classmates from my school in the Valley, they got bused. They lived around there, so they would come to my business, and maybe the first time I might have saw an ex-schoolmate, I would get a slight tinge of, I'm Calvin, I work at McDonald's, you know what I'm saying? But after that, I was like, I'm making my money, I could buy what I want. So yeah, it was fine. I was oblivious to that. The only real culture shock might have been for me working there is when they used to have the car shows, because the sports arena is right there too. So that crowd was like, they weren't mean or nothing, but it was just so many people. I'll never forget that. And but yeah, just learning to navigate my way, because this is the thing. If I go to work and I take the bus, okay, well, girl, you got to know your way home. So that was, nobody can't get you. I had other things to worry about. I'm not worried about, and then I'm not doing nothing. I'm not that type of. I've never been that type of person. I'm doing something. You don't got to be doing nothing for something to happen to you, but it's a lot better when you're not. Right.
I got you. I got you.
Yeah.
I got you. Where, how about any? Because around this time you are back in the area, you're moving around, you're seeing a couple old friends, but you're mainly working. So I'm taking it at this time you're not having any time for, like, outside, like I'm saying, not influences, but people, maybe old friends or new people coming around doing things or whatever, or were you just mainly focused on working home?
My family, like on both sides, were so in tune, and so being with my aunt, that's like,
yeah, you got a big family. You ain't need no friends, huh? Right.
Yeah, not like I didn't need any friends, like, because I had friends. I had a couple of my friends, I even went back home and did homecoming the year after I graduated. But it wasn't that I didn't need friends. I just learned early on, I don't have to do something for anybody to accept me. I don't have to bend over backwards or, anything like that, because I've been clowned in school. I've been talked about. I've been, I thought my name was Shrimp for a minute, or I didn't know who to try till I got to junior high. So it wasn't that. And then I felt love. My parents loved me. Thank the Lord. I was told, you're beautiful. Didn't have the most recent hairstyles, or I didn't have the most flyest clothes, but I felt love from both sides. Me and my grandmother, we were pen pals. She was only in
Right.
Compton, but even when I wasn't out there visiting, we just had that really, and then I'm named after her. So we just had that, I just felt that love. So friends, no, because no, not like that,
Right.
but.
No, I get
No,
it. No, listen,
it was like
I
always
get it
one or
totally,
two, yeah.
and I get it, and I really like love that. I'm listening to this, and I that's like dope because a lot of people can't say that, especially when you're young, and those are your most impressionable years. And like you coming from Pacoima back to LA, it's a whole lot of shit you could have been getting in. That's why I was kind of asking, was that going on? But for you to say that, it's a different thing to say that, but to know it. And at that age, and for you, like you said, no, I know what I'm worth, and I don't have to need approval and all this, because that's the time people are trying to get approval, especially in LA. It's a lot going on, and kids are trying to be accepted or just trying to find themselves.
Yeah, that was your 95, 96, 97,
95,
and
96.
also.
Well, I can tell you what I was doing. So that's beautiful to hear that.
I want to attribute we're going to do the G-Lew, and we're going to do that in reverse when Quentin come back. The G-Lew interview.
Yeah.
The team building things that I was involved in, that probably did help too. I didn't only cheer, I ran track too. So it wasn't Sha'Carri Richardson. That's what I want to be active in. I want to be active in some. Okay, well, if I got to tell my parents I'm going to be out till midnight, it's just for something good, or I got to go here, or I need $100 for this, you know what I mean? So, yeah, I don't know. I've never been that, I'm like that, now, too. I'm just so, it wouldn't seem like that. I know this for a fact, but I'm so to myself.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm still like that. My friend was still music back then, and, yeah, even navigating out there. Like, I had a Walkman. Like, we still have Walkmans.
A Walkman. Come on now. They don't know nothing about that.
Right.
Ooh. But it's crazy. We had two generations of Walkmans because, first we had this Walkman with the tape player. Then you had the CD Walkman, too, like still walking around with a little baby CD player. You remember the CD Walkman? So,
both.
The go where we are now is crazy. But, that's crazy.
Going to
I
the
love to
record
hear
store
that.
was a big thing. Yeah, going to the record store is a big thing.
Oh man, big.
Absolutely.
You could go in there and listen, be able to listen to the, and all that. Like you can't get that experience anymore. Of course, music is, is great now. You can get it how you want, right in your phone, whatever. But just the experience of going to this record store, looking at the records and looking at the credits and all that, and maybe if you get to play it on your earphones and and all that, and purchasing it, it's different. You appreciated it, the music more.
And loving it so much that is such a fact. You're basically, you don't know this, but you're bringing me up into the next thing that happened with the employment, because that one wasn't gonna work. I did it for about maybe 4 months. Got me a little starter jacket and a stereo, felt kind of fresh.
I had a Notre Dame. What starter jacket?
I had a Notre Dame starter jacket. I had
Notre
a Notre Dame, so I had to be out the box. Yeah, I had a Notre Dame starter jacket, but it was blue. I wasn't thinking nothing about that, and I would wear it, to work or whatnot. But yeah, somebody stole my little jacket.
You got a quick. Did someone remind you or anything? Oh, they stole it. Okay.
They stole
That's
my
the fresh starter jacket.
So the point I was getting at was, when we were talking about, the Walkmans and things like that, my next sources of employment, I think I did 2 foods. So there was also a stint at Chuck E. Cheese. Now that's where the cheerleader came in. Like, it was like, yeah, I'm going. That was fine, but I didn't like kids. I didn't like being around silly me at all. I did not. I will push a kid down. So that did not sound, but where I eventually wound up, I pushed my kids down too. Where I finally wound up, I did a stint at Best Buy for a minute. And I loved working at Best Buy.
Hold on,
so
they
that's
had
when
Best Buy back then?
Yeah, I worked in the media.
I don't want to say your age. I'm saying
Buy,
what years are we talking? But okay, because we had the. I mean, I don't know. Maybe Best Buy has always been there.
We're progressing up.
Because Best Buy, I guess, was always there, but we had Circuit City. and all these shits before Best Buy. I thought.
We still had the mall. You still had Sam Goody. You still had Tower
Sam
Records.
Goody.
You still had VIP
Warehouse.
in Long Beach. You still had your mom and pop.
I worked at Warehouse.
Virgin, see, that's the thing. So yeah, they came 98, I believe. They really popped onto the scene.
Okay.
And I was also a waitress. But then again, it was those jobs that I was looking for had to do with tips. I always wanted, you know, and one of my older sisters, she always wanted me to come work with her at the casino because that's where she was at. But I never wanted to go that far away. I never wanted to be that far away from my dad. I knew I was 40 minutes from him, you know, him and my stepmom, my family, you know.
Right.
But yeah, Best Buy was really cool. I was in the media department. We did New Music Tuesday. That's when I first learned about New Music Tuesday, how things are released. I had to keep her CDs.
Right.
So this is when I'm touching and feeling all so everything I like.
And did you get up on your
again,
CDs too?
I
know when I worked there, I got a lot of free
yes,
CDs. Did
I
you get up on your music? Okay. Yeah. Okay.
I had 4 Bibles. Yeah, I had 4 little CD Bibles. I still have some of them to this day, and I'm like, okay, well, is that how they grab their music off the YouTube? We gotta talk about that later. Anyway, yeah, I still have a CD Bible. I have about you know, all originals. I have CDs my cleaning gave me. Yes, I'm just glad everything didn't get, you know, lost in the fire like that movie. But yeah, so it wasn't no time to, you know, think about that other stuff. But there were some times too. We made it fun. So, but that's when the love of concerts came into play at this point as well.
Right. Okay, so check this out. We're at this kind of midpoint with Marci. She's out there in the working environment trying to get her feet wet, find herself, discover what she's doing next. She's around family. She's out of Pacoima back in L.A., but she's around family, so everything is good. So I want to stop right there, take a quick break because, you know, again, we got the soundtrack to your life too, like, and we didn't get to play much last week, so I want to throw a song there, here and there. Is there anything in particular, again, you want to go to now, song-wise, you know, where you're at right now that can kind of put you in the place where we're at right now?
This is a little earlier, so no, I'm not going to say all my stuff I really picked. Like I didn't even like hip-hop, and did you see there was no Snoop Dogg? Let's do, no, just probably something that will never, you know, grow old to me, but it did have an impact, and it could be nice and long for the break. Let's do self-destruction, because of self-destruction. Stop the violence movement, because we still heavy into this. Hip-hop.
We got to talk about that. I want to see where you're at with that. We'll talk about that when we come back. Let's take a quick break, y'all. Westside Wednesdays, the Cuzzin Marci interview, part 2, the G-Lew Show. Yeah.
We all agree tonight, all of the speakers have agreed that America has a very serious problem. Not only does America have a very serious problem, but our people have a very serious problem. America's problem is self-destruction. Yeah, it was self-destruction. Self-destruction. Yeah, it was self-destruction. Self-destruction. Yeah, it was self-destruction. Self-destruction. Yeah, it was self-destruction.
Well, today's topic, self-destruction, it really ain't the rap audience is bugging. It's one or two suckers, ignorant brothers, trying to rob and steal from one another. You get caught in the mid. So to crush that stereotype, here's what we did. We got ourselves together so that you could unite and fight for what's right. Not negative cause. The way we live is positive. We don't kill our relatives.
Pop, when it's shot, who's to blame? Headline, front page, and rap, the name. MC Delight here to state the bottom line. The black on black crime was way before our time.
Took a brother's life with a knife as his wife cried, cause he died a trifling death when he left his very last breath. Was I slept, so watch your step. Back in the 60s, our brothers and sisters were hanged. How could you gangbang? I never ever ran from the Ku Klux Klan, and I shouldn't have to run from a black man, cause that's self-destruction. Yeah, it was self-destruction. Self-destruction. Yeah, it was self-destruction. Self-destruction. Yeah, it was self-destruction. Self-destruction. Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4.
4.
Funky fresh dress to impress, ready to party. Money in your pocket, dying to move your body. To get inside, you pay the whole $10. Scotch tape with a razor blade, taped to your collar. Leave the guns in the crack and the knobs alone. MC lights on the microphone, bum rushing and pushing, snatching and taxing. I cram to understand why brothers don't be maxing. There's only one disco, they'll close one more. You ain't guarding the door, so what you got a gun for? Do you rob the rich and give to the poor? Yo, daddy-o. Fool them some more.
Just straight from the mouth. And daddy-o. Do a crime, end up in jail and gotta go. Cause you could do crime and get paid today, and tomorrow you're behind bars in the worst way. Far from your family, cause you're locked away. Now tell me, do you really think crime pays? Even on taking what your brother had?
You little sucker.
You talking all that jazz.
It's time to stand together in a unity. Cause if not, then we're soon to be self-destroyed, unemployed. C-rap race will be lost without a trace or a clue. But what to do is stop the violence and kick the science down the road that we call eternity, where knowledge is formed and you learn to be self-sufficient, independent. To teach the east is what rap intended, but society wants to invade. So do not walk this path that they laid it. Self-destruction, yeah, for self-destruction. Self-destruction. D-Night, break it down like this. Children growing, women producing, men go working, some do stealing. Self-destruction, yeah, for self-destruction. Self-destruction.
I'm Miss Melody and I'm a born-again rebel. The bombs in rap must be successful. If we want to develop and grow to another level, we can't be guinea pigs for the devil. The enemy knows they're no fools because everyone knows the hip-hop rules. So we gotta get it deep and grab what's wrong. The opposition is weak and rap is strong.
This is all about, no doubt, to stop violence. But first, let's have a moment of silence. Swing. Things been stated, re-educated, evaluated. Thoughts of the past have faded. The only thing left is the memories of our belated. And I hate it when someone dies to get all hurt up for a silly gold chain by chump. Word up. It doesn't make you a big man. And you want and go and dish your brother, man. And you don't know that's part of the plan. Why? Cause rap music is in full demand. Understand?
My name is Just Ice, the man, not a prankster. I was known as the gangster, but believe me, that is no fun. The time is now to unite everyone. You don't have to be soft to be for peace. Robbing and killing and murdering is the least. You don't have to be chained by the beast. But party people, it's time I release. Hey yo, here's the situation. Idiocy, nonsense, violence, not a good policy. Therefore, we must ignore fighting, fussing. Heaven's at the door, so there'll be no bum rushing. Let's get together because we're falling apart. I heard a brother shot another, it broke my heart. I don't understand the difficulty, people. Love your brother, treat him as an equal. They call us animals, I don't agree with them. I'll prove it wrong, but right is what you're proving them. Take heed before I leave to what I'm saying, or we'll all be on our knees praying.
Heavy deep in the heart of the matter. The self-destruction is served on a platter, making a day, not failing to anticipate. They got greedy, so they fell for the bait. That makes them a victim, picked and plucked. New jack in jail, but is the best ever duck. There's no one to rob, cause in jail you're a number. They never took the time to wonder about self-destruction. Yeah, for self-destruction.
Yes, we urge to merge. We live for the love of our people, the hope they get along. Getting a point to our brothers and sisters who don't know the time.
So we know the ride.
Set in your head, you know our job to build and collect ourselves with intellect. To evolve to self-respect. Cause we got to keep ourselves in check, or else it's self-destruction. Yeah, for self-destruction. Self-destruction. Yeah, for self-destruction.
This is Melinda calling from Los Angeles. I grew up on 54th and Arlington. We was known as the A-Brat. I'm here to speak upon us, black people. We need to get it together. We need to come together. You know what I mean? Put the guns down, put the powder down, put the pills down, put the meth down, put it all down. Let's come together, you know. And shout out to the G-Lew show. This brother doing a good thing. I'm going to spread the word. And if you're listening right now, spread the word. Have your folks calling in, listening. If you don't have nothing to say, just listen. Get a word. You never know. That one word that day could encourage you to do something different with your life. Or it's going to help somebody else. Because it's about us, okay? Listen, every Wednesday, from 7 to 9, and Sundays from 7 to 9 old school. Spread the word. The phone number is area code 914-803-4001, and if you want to speak on something, push 1, and brother will let you speak and get something off your chest, but we need positive thoughts. We don't need nobody calling in talking about they going to do nothing stupid and all that old stuff. We talking about positivity, and if you got some ideas how to help, help the city get better, help your neighborhood get better, then call in and let's see what we can do and get together and make something happen. Because once we start making a change, it's going to spread like a wildfire and everybody can join in and help because it's about us. Good night, y'all.
Yeah. We are back at it. The world famous Westside Wednesdays radio show. Back with Cuzzin Marci, the exclusive interview part 2, A Day in the Life, Cuzzin Marci.
Part 2.
Yeah. Shout out to everyone out there tuned in too. Just checking in. I see the phones lit up. You have any questions for Marci? She may take questions later, so press 1 if you have any. We'll see if we can get them through. But let's continue on, Marci.
Yes, sir.
Marci's, trying to find herself right now. So like you said, you kind of moving around from different jobs and things. So where are you at with it now? I think you were a waitress last. So what's going on now?
So now we've officially skipped on out the grandparents' house. It's fine, Grams and Grams, but I don't like they knock on the door real hard when it's time for church. We were still going to church. But yeah, so wound up with my aunt, my cousin, my mother, my sister, and and the cats. Can't forget the cats. And Taco Pete became my best friend around this time. And that's when I knew, I really wasn't nervous because, we would walk, we would just walk everywhere. I didn't have a car then. And I did start attending, I started taking a class. It was something, not of a dare, but why don't you just come on and do this with me? I went and took a sign language interpreter class with my aunt at King Drew University. She went on to did major things with that. She got her degree in it. And so I do know.
So what made you want to do that?
Just to come on, could come with me. Yeah, my aunt, she wanted to do it, and I went. I liked the first class, and it was right at King Drew. And it was an experience. I learned enough to kind of communicate, enough to say thank you. I still remember my alphabets and all that stuff. And but she wound up being an interpreter to where she would perform songs in sign, at funerals or weddings, celebrations. So the ladies that you all see on the side at the concert, that's what my aunt wound up doing too. Just on the side. So she's had several side gigs, and then she also she would go to concerts. So when I got my job at the Best Buy, it was on, because that's how I kind of learned the art of how you get your tickets and how you do this or how you do that, when it comes to that. And I wound up, my first concert ever was Immature.
Okay.
And I love the crap out of it because I really used to like Immature as a group. And,
that was Marcus Houston and them.
That's my age. Yeah. And it's so funny because my best friend to this day is his first cousin, and that's my godmom to my kids. I'm the godmom to her kids. So it just wound up being a lifelong family friendship. Yeah.
Right.
And so we've gotten up before. She taught me how to, you got to be at the thing before it opened. We might have to stand in line at 5 a.m. and, going to get Prince concert tickets and whoever we wanted to see. Again, another sign of the times, how it's different now. You don't got to go to Robinson's or May Company to go, or Tower Records. You can just push a button and hopefully you'll get it.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Wow.
But finding
that's
myself still keeping employment because you had to eat. That was another thing that I did learn, not the hard way, but you want to eat. So you're grown now. You're not at home. I always knew you have to fend for yourself. wasn't no meals being missed, but yeah, you had to find your own way. But basically, that was the life: work, church, and music. The biggest thing that probably happened first. Oh, go ahead.
Go ahead. I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, I was just gonna say the first major thing that probably happened when I was living on that street, and there was actually when Tupac got killed, and I got to see like, oh wow, the people were really coming outside out of their houses, like the whole block came out, and then I was like, wow, I had never seen that before, but yeah, that's the state of affairs.
Right.
At that time.
So all this time you ain't had no time for no, people want to know, a little bit of, you ain't had no time for no man all this time, or you just ain't thinking about that shit right now.
Work, money, church, keep me safe, Lord. Fun times, find the music, and the Snoop Dogg got introduced in. So no, and then I also was kept busy because I had my little cousin. He was like barely in elementary school, so I used to kind of, just take care of him a little bit. I would pick him up from school or walk to go get him from school. So I didn't have the time, but there was time for that, but it wasn't no looking. I'm not a looker. Like I've never been like that because it's like, okay, well, where is that gonna go to? And but that's probably why. So to answer the people's question.
People want to know a little bit. It's all good, funny games. They want to know a little bit of dirt. So we got to get our TMZ on a little bit. Go ahead, though.
So the TMZ tea will keep it light, fresh, and airy. Since church was so heavy with me, I did wind up cohabitating with a person from church.
There you go with these words.
So another member of the youth.
Okay.
Yeah, we collaborated. We collaborated on a few things.
We collaborated.
We collaborated.
That sounds
right. Yeah. So we collaborated. But no, I do this. I knew this guy, and he I knew him like from church because I would, like I said, when I would go visit, I would see them. I knew the whole family. They knew my whole family, but he was like around, so he was like part of the family. So the first inception of are you calling yourself liking me? Like I didn't think that's what it was. So and I was mean. I was mean. My mom would still tell me, she was like, that boy like you. And I would be like, yeah, and I had people, trying to hit on me, older people and stuff like that. But so anyways, just to make a long story short, a short story long, and we keep it very PG, okay? Being the young man collaborated, blessings upon blessings came, and I don't have anything wrong to say about that young man.
And I think, y'all collaborated, made beautiful family, you know what I mean? But that's what I was saying too. That's why I think you when you collaborated, you just like you know what I mean? Because you had a lot built up, Marci. You know what I mean?
No.
He had a lot built up.
That's a no. I cannot, cause you will not. No, but
a lot of build up. You running around here to work and
crazy.
all these other places and trying to block that shit. He's trying to block that part out. So when it came, just blew up on her.
But it wasn't it wasn't no collaborating. You can't collaborate with everybody.
That's right. I respect. I really. Right. Sure.
But no, so
for sure.
There were other suitors and things like that. And there were good times and bad times with that too, like, heartbreaks and things like that. But I would never say nothing too bad about the guy. Our Lord blessed us with 3 beautiful daughters, and that's what it is. Sometimes collaborations you get cute kids. So
I gotta use that one though. Collaborate. I like that. Wow. Go ahead. I like that one.
Steal my stuff. But yeah, but again, very, very close to the family to where like hunting trips or fishing trips, like he would be there. You know,
Y'all was
my
sneaking
granddad
off the wood.
loved him,
Right.
and no sneaking, because remember, we're
I was
grown.
just glad you heard
at
me.
the
I
church,
was
but we're grown.
I was talking shit. Go
yeah,
ahead.
but we did keep it PG. No, we kept it PG. Yeah,
Right.
This is like Dawson's Creek over here, but okay, yeah.
Dawson's
But
Creek. Oh man, I need my sound effects. Go ahead.
Clearly, I cannot not to do. But they were fun times. You know, I'm cheesing right now because, like I said, I got my girls, and I just love them so
Beautiful
much.
girl.
But I'm not gonna skip all the way to them.
I know people can't see. She got some beautiful daughters. Serious, for real though.
Thank
beautiful
you.
daughter. I mean, you did a great job, obviously raising them. But we're gonna get to that too, because I want to talk about that too. Like you done a lot, Marci, on the low. But we'll continue. Go ahead. We'll get to that.
Yeah, so between the chilling and all that other stuff, when I say chilling, that's, you know, with my family, you know, and then we had school. So I stopped sign language school, but I just tried to use what my knowledge of things that I knew. Like I used to volunteer. So funny, I don't like kids. I used to volunteer at Head Start daycare, which is Dance 360. My kids they all went to Head Start before I started going to Mama Jean's daycare, but that's still more in the future. So I'll just say that. So like I used to do graduation certificates for the kids because I would do them in calligraphy. And I would just try to, even at church, I produced a play at church, okay, if you want to call it that. And everybody loved it. It was for One Black History Month. My dad got to come. My parents got to come. And what else are we doing at that time? Oh, I used to be my grandfather's cashier. He used to sell fish at Magic Johnson Park. If anybody's familiar with Magic Johnson Park, he would sell fish up there. And that's where I really learned how to, like, skin them and cut them up, you know, cut the head off a leg. That's how I learned all that kind of stuff.
So you could get out, huh?
In between jobs. Yeah.
Right.
And I know how to shoot. We used to go rabbit hunting.
Skin bears and shit.
All that fun stuff. And then the different foods we got to try. My grandmother would make, like, you know, pheasant rice or whatever they had caught, or what did he used to go get? He used to go alligator hunting, I think it was. Is that what they eat? Or crocodile? Yeah, alligator. Going out there to the little house and get you some of that alligator. What am I supposed to do with this? Cook it like it's steak. So, okay.
How did that taste?
It was pretty good. It was good.
Oh, yeah.
My co-collaborator liked it more because by that time we were probably cohabitating. So,
so you were cooking it? You were cooking it, gator or crockett, whatever.
I cooked it. Mm-hmm.
How does that go?
It was just like a steak. After you would just see it. You ever seen like a big piece of ham with a bone in the middle? Kind of. That's how it looked. Very pale meat. And
how did you cook it?
Cook it like a steak.
Well done.
I cooked it like a steak. Yeah, like well done, and it was just a little chewy to me. I didn't know what I was doing. So whatever. Granddaddy give you something out of his freezer, you take it and you take it home and you experiment.
Oh shit!
And then we had our I didn't have it, but my family also had it on that side.
Where was Granddad?
He would go hunting. Remember? He would go get it. He'd go get it. Louisiana.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, or Texas, because they're from Texas. So they would
so he was really going to go hunt.
Yeah,
he was coming back with it. Wow.
Yeah, they would drive, him and his brothers. They were real deal.
I had to ask. That's why I was asking, where is he going to get gator at in L.A. County? That's why I was just asking.
They would.
Okay.
They would go on hunting trips. Yeah, it was a big team.
Okay.
It was a big team. Like they would pack up all their trucks and they would go out there. They would go get watermelons from Bakersfield and come back and just sit in front of Virtures and sell them. But that wound up being the place where his brother, they had a sausage shop, chicken sausage. There they used to sell it out of the home, but if you've ever had Holmes chicken sausage from Los Angeles, you know what I'm speaking of. And I would just try to, just like what I do now, anything like if I could help, or if it's something good, or with family, like I just try to help and put my little 2 cents in if I can or whatnot. That's just how I was raised. TK Kirkland said, "Who raised you? The crocodile hunter, for real."
Wow.
The
That's
Compton
dope.
crocodile hunter.
The Compton crocodile hunter. Wow.
I write that down.
Wow. Okay, so we're because I want to take another quick break, play a jam for him right quick. But where we're at right now.
I really wrote that down.
You did?
I have to fit that in like Mercy's minute.
Okay, we're gonna go to a quick break. We're gonna put some ice in my cup. Marci, what you want to hear during the soundtrack of your life right now, or just whatever?
Let's go to Till Infinity. Souls of Mischief. Why not? Because that was the feeling at that time. Like it was like,
that was the shit.
Yeah,
that was the shit. We'll be back.
93 still, y'all.
Yeah.
Manifesto, my man, A+ and my man O, he's dope. And right now, we're just maxing in the studio. We're hailing from East Oakland, California, and sometimes it gets a little hectic out there. But right now, we gonna up you on how we just chill.
Dollar 7 digits, call up Bridget, her man's a midget. So she got friends, yo, I can dig it. Here's a 40 swigget, you know it's frigid. I got him chilling in the cooler, break out the ruler. Damn, that's the fattest dog I ever seen. The weather's keen and Cali, we didn't make them feel like Maui. Now we feel the good vibration. So many females, so much inspiration. I get inspired by the blunt too.
Yo, this is West Coast hip-hop pioneer General Jeff. Thanks for tuning in to the G-Lew Show on West Side Wednesdays, hosted by G-Lew. Our sponsors are BTP Media and 93 Tweed FM-ism. Yeah, boy.
Yeah, boy. Rest in peace to the legendary General Jeff. Check this out. I want to give a happy birthday shout-out to Mr. David Blake, DJ Quick. Bang this right quick. We'll be right back.
And now, let me tell a little story about the places that I've been to and the shit that I've been through. Like fighting and shootouts and banging and shit. All because a nigga made a hit. Check it. 1991, it was doubling nothing that a nigga would hit. Then we broke out with the funky shit about bitches and niggas and getting drunk and off that bud. I was doing the shit they hadn't heard of. But foolish was I to think that it wasn't in other cities like this, and they didn't like this. That Compton was the home of a foot in your ass. Well, you got blasted, and now it's just a thing of the past. Let me tell you why firsthand. We did a show up in Oakland, and niggas was kicking up the sand. To them, banging ain't nothing new, and slanging ain't nothing new. And for every nigga we done shot, they done shot too. Straight doing those since the 60s, before I was born. Families of young niggas more. So I'm just letting you know that if you plan to take a trip to the bay, keep your hand on your clip, because
it's just like Compton.
Yeah, I'm telling y'all
It's just like Compton.
Moving on to St. Louis, where the country is fucked with gold teeth in their mouth, but they still know what's up. Where it's hot as a motherfucker, hot enough to make you cut. That's why I kept my ass on the bus. But later on, when it cooled off, we came down and met a couple of friends who put us up on the St. Louis cap, the Fifth Center, with Big Bob, Little Steve, Joe, Vince, and Rich, and a couple of bitches. Then they took us to a man named Gus in the store. He put me down with a herringbone and shoes galore. That's when I started thinking that this wasn't like home, but then they had to prove me wrong. Cause later that night, after we did the show, we went back to the after set. And wouldn't you know, yeah, Bloods and Crips start scrapping and shooting in Missouri. Damn, how could this happen? Now St. Louis.
It's just like Compton.
Yeah, y'all, St. Louis.
It's just like Compton, nigga.
I don't think they know. They too crazy for their own good. They need to stop watching that Colors and Boys in the Hood. Too busy claiming 60, trying to be raw and never even seen the chart. But now back to the story that I'm telling. We packed up the tour bus one more time and started sailing. When we arrived, I saw red and blue sweatsuits when I'm thinking about horses and cowboy boots. I guess Texas ain't no different from the rest, and San Antonio was just waiting to put us to the test. And before it was over, the shit got deep. A nigga got shot in the face and was dead in the street. Then they came in the club thinking of scrapping. Little did they know that we was packing. Yeah, we was putting them down and staring the rest shit. I even had to wear the bulletproof vest. Now San Antonio.
It's just like Compton.
Yeah, San Antonio.
It's just like Compton, bitch.
After about a month on the road, we came home, and I can safely say that LA is a much better place to stay. How could a bunch of niggas in a town like this have such a big influence on niggas so far away? But still, my story ain't over, cause I got one more to tell. And the people of Colorado, they know it well. It was all in the news, and if you don't remember, I had the show I did in Denver with a punk-ass promoter in a buck-ass skating ring. Bitches was loving it, but niggas was shoving this shit to the front of the stage to throw their gang signs. But I'm getting paid, so I didn't pay no mind. Then I pulled out my brew until they face the check. Then they start throwing soda and fucking up my guests. When it was over, two niggas needed stitches. Got cracked in their jaw for being punk-ass bitches. Now them.
It's just like Compton.
Yeah, y'all, them.
They wanna be like Compton, bitch.
And you know Fat Oakland.
It's just like Compton.
Yeah, y'all, St. Louis.
We made it just like Compton.
San Antonio.
It's just like Compton.
Yeah, and them.
They wanna be like Compton.
I thought you knew.
Yeah. This is Kel Mac, owner of all hood publications, Kel Mac Videos. I'm with G-Lew on West Side Wednesday.
Yeah, we are back at it. Westside Wednesdays radio show with Cuzzin Marci, the official exclusive interview part 2. March. What's the
Part
word?
two. Part two.
Don't
That
stop.
93 to infinity that just
Classic.
takes me, that just reminds me of back in the class, the bagging tables, the lunch tables, the school bus ride home. Just all that good stuff. Yeah.
Wow. So okay. Moving, I guess now you've collaborated and all this, and you have, guess you having your first baby girl, like all this. What's going on? Is it a big change? And then I want to ask too. I know this is like personal stuff. You don't really, but even with the collaboration, did you guys were there ever talks of maybe like married? Then I know you're around the grandparents, the church. Were there talks of marriage? Was there marriage? What was going on with all of that?
Yeah, so after that was probably like that was 99. Still in church. They definitely pushed, that on us. I pushed that on myself.
Right.
Okay. But the other party, they aren't gonna. But again, I did not push that on myself. So I was more in tune with, you are total control of another human being. You gotta really, you gotta make this work. Meaning, as a mom, you gotta take care of this whole little baby. So yeah, it was a change. I love
was that a big
hold on?
Was that a big change for you, because you go from like really just doing you and just doing not even really boys to now having a child? Like having, was that a big like change, or were you prepared for like getting ready up towards it, or what?
Probably no. It wasn't like a big change like that, because I really love my co-collaborator, and so no, it was just like giddy, you know what I mean? So probably like that. It was like ooh, and I just used to fawn over this baby, like But no, the other stuff is still
Kiki,
going
right?
on. You're still working. Yeah, that's Kiki. You're still working. You're still, now the trials of life, you really got to, figure it out. I had, certain family members, they would say little things. This is pre-kids, like, oh, you guys got to look at the price of formula. You guys got to look at the price of diapers. This is pre-kids, because me and my sister were there. And my niece was here by that, my niece came before my daughter. She's a year older, but I just, when she came along, it was just, it didn't really change me. I was still doing me. I still had to go to work, but now it's just baby in tow. You could do it.
Right.
You could do it. Your dad did it. Your mom did it. Your grandma, you know what I'm saying? You could do it. What's stopping you? Why you can't go to work?
Right.
What's going on? Get it together. Yeah. So, but yeah, that was East 1999.
That's what's up.
Thugs and Harmony.
Shout out to Bone Thugs. So we're talking 99. We're coming into this new millennium now. Now, what's going on too around this time? Because around the year 2000, there was a lot of talks. There was a lot of like shit going on, right? It was crazy. So what were you thinking coming into this new millennium? It was just another day.
Millennium, it was really just another day. But I had also secured another job, so I was working 2 jobs at that time. I was working 2 old jobs, and my newer job wound up being my longest employer. They were very, God love those people. There was an awesome company, but we were pushing that, because it was a home improvement store. We were pushing that,
right.
Get your flashlights, get your everything, that you needed, just in case.
This before Home Depot.
No, that was the place Tyrese is
okay.
on. Yes, that's that company.
Okay, I didn't even go there with that.
We were just trying to get the people.
I don't know when Home Depot came around, really. Yeah, but go ahead.
Yeah, it came around. Yep, pre-millennium. It was right at the point of it, and we were just trying to tell the people. I might have got a little tense when they really was like, oh, the clocks are gonna, and we was running out of stuff.
Yeah.
Kind of like how they did in the pandemic, but
yeah, they were saying the world was going in, all type of shit.
I was living in Hawthorne Right, I was living in Hawthorne
Shout
at
out
the
to
time, and I
Hawthorne.
was just like, I remember sitting there with Kiki, baby Kiki, and we were just sitting up, kind of just like looking at each other. I was like, okay, well, this is it. This is gonna go down. We gonna just be looking at each other, kid. No, but I've done my
Right.
kids like that since they were babies. So, but praise be, nothing happened. We all made it through. The clocks didn't reset, and we were fine. 2000 working. Everything, we basically going to go from only things that transpired, I would say, probably in the thousands, early 2000s, was again more blessings. And 2001 was a very interesting year. Yeah, 2001 was the next time. And that's my Cam. And she came maybe 3 months. Yeah, it was 3 months prior to Aaliyah dying. And then we had 9/11. So again, I had another moment where it was like, look, kids, we're just going to sit here and brace ourselves, because what the heck? I'll never forget, I was sitting up there feeding her, changing her or something, and I always had on Fox 11 morning show, and it just went down. It just went all the way, like before they did the edit and when they showed everything. And I could not believe, I even told the co-collaborator, I said, did you see that shit? I said, we going down. And that was frightening for me at that time. I didn't know. My hope was my kids at that time, because I was like, what is happening? That hit me kind of really hard. And then it was a thing with the planes. Up until this point, I had never rode a plane before.
Oh, for real?
Mm-hmm.
I think the whole world stopped. Well, at least America, like everyone, like you said, at that time, shit just stopped. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
At that time, well, no matter where you were at, that was like everything stopped right then. You know?
Right,
that was
right. It was horrible. But so then let's see, 2002. Same thing, working. So I was so into work because I had to work. And now you got these two kids, and I was blessed with, on the family aspect, where I had people to watch my children when they were babies and they were their side of the family. Mine weren't too involved, except for maybe they would take them to church, and they also got right into church. They dipped right on into church. Right. And that was a point. It was just work, and that's when I met my really good work best friend, and we wound up just, even now, just the bestest of friends to this day. But that's my for life connection.
That's what's
Shout out
up
to you, Keisha.
Yeah, give her a shout out.
But that job has so many opportunities. Yeah, shout out Kids for Life Records, Big Herb. We got a great opportunity at that job. They had a district position opening up, because what they used to do, it was a class that they used to teach the cashiers. They wouldn't just take them through like they do now, sit down and teach yourself. We would actually teach them for 3 days. So we called it Cashier College. So we got to open up the one in Inglewood. We got it from scratch. It was like home improvement makeover. We painted, we sawed, we cut, we picked out designs, went out to different stores to get what we needed. We got registers. It was just a real experience. We had a great time. She was a trainer, I was a trainer, and I really felt like, because I did want to be a teacher for a moment when I was a kid, and that had me feeling like that. I really had my whiteboard. I was really like, okay, point to this thing. And if you did not pass, you are not going to be working. So you need to pay attention to what I'm saying right now. So it was just a good experience. And yeah, I have no quarrels with that place, but it just kept promoting more and more and more and more. And then they were very family friendly. So the more, kids I did have, you could always count on your maternity leave, and you come back fancier position. It was just a real deal blessing. That place, yeah, no crows with that. And by that time, being so close to my work best good friend, that's when the dynamic was like, oh, I forgot I really do like Snoop Dogg and everybody else from that side. So she had me like a couple of places. I got to meet some people. I got to meet Trey D. I got to help her with party hosting and just different things like that. And it was just a time. It was just
how was that experience? Yeah, For Life Records.
It was awesome.
How was that?
It was awesome.
And
you get
meeting a lot of great people. And stuff.
Yeah. Got to meet a lot of good people, and just to see someone in their community, really trying to do something. They had the store. They would do the giveaways when school started, and it was just nice to see that. She sold food. Del Dog was a nice gentleman. Yeah, he was really nice.
Right.
Probably interacted with him about a total of 5 times. When they did do the giveaways, he would tell my girls, oh, they can get whatever they want. Just, tell me, go ahead and get it. Be like, you sure you don't want such Nah, I'm good.
Did you know then, who he was or the importance he had in that area, just period, him, not aside from the other shit, but just as business and the things he was doing in the community and how, were you aware of who he was at that time?
Yes. Yeah, I was. I'm aware of who he was. Yeah. Yep. I was aware. Because my friend, that's like her brother, kind of like her brother-in-law.
Right.
They're like really close. Okay. Yeah. So. Yep. And
rest in peace, Del Dog.
Rest in peace, Del Dog. That was horrific. Let's see. So then, one more collaboration to go, and then I got Miss Kennedy. Yep.
Right.
So. That was that on
so
that.
You all,
and, so
look,
now we got 3.
Not to go back to that again, but the collaboration. So you guys are obviously I know you're kind of brushing it off like he's, whatever, but you guys obviously were I don't know, in love, like something. You guys were a great collaborate, Ashford and Simpson at this point. You know what I mean? So it had to be, you guys had a situation, right? I mean, you know what I mean? I mean, obviously now I guess not, but at that time you love him. You guys were in love, I take it, or creating a family.
We were so in love. Yeah. That was obviously there was a lot of love there and family and all that. Yeah, just all of that. But sometimes you're better friends. Because everybody, everybody grows and everybody goes through their stages. But if stages keep being repeated, you can't.
What kind of dude?
You gotta.
Hold up. Well, I want to know what kind of dude the collaborator. What kind of dude was? I know you guys were in church, so was he like a nice guy, kind of like, or was he kind of like what kind of dude was this, Marci? In layman's terms.
A very respectable young man. Cuzzin Marci deals with very respectable young men.
Okay.
And that's dead on date.
Okay.
No buses allowed. Yep.
Okay. Shout out to them.
My dad is. No, I'm just kidding. No, my dad likes them too.
Okay.
So, yeah.
I mean, obviously, that's what I'm trying to get at. Obviously, everyone, you guys like each other. To have 3 beautiful, babies, you know what I mean? You guys had something going on, you know what I mean? You had a cold run.
Right.
You know what I mean? So,
yeah.
Salute to that.
We had the Lord Jesus Christ. That's
during this time, though, look. Let me ask you this, though, too. Speaking on the babies again, and shout out to the babies, Normani Candles. We'll talk about that.
Amen.
But you're having all these baby girls at any time where you like wanting a boy, like I want to have a son, and you just kept having girls, or did it not matter?
Oh gosh,
you kind of like a tomboy. I know you would have had a boy, and it would have just been like, you know what I mean? So did you ever think about that?
I don't think that would have been a good mix for me all the time, because I never wanted to know. When they did say, oh, you want to know what you're having? And for Cameron, I really thought she was going to be a boy because the old wives tell, oh, look at your stomach. Oh,
right.
And I was like, for real. I bought everything for her blue. And she just had to wear blue. Yeah. So
Right.
she just had to wear, even when it came down, to the name, it was just like, well, that was interchangeable anyways.
Right.
But
right.
yeah, I got bamboozled a couple of times. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, but
Wow.
that's okay. Because one day there's going to be speaking back of helping in with the community, there's just like, I was talking to my dad the other day, and he was like, make sure you tell him how we used to feed the homeless with me. I was like, I know, Daddy, I told him. But I have always wanted to adopt because, again, I never thought I would have children. So I've always wanted to adopt.
Right.
I've always known there are children out there,
you
that
said you didn't even
needed
want
home.
kids at first. So how did you go from not even liking kids, not
did.
wanting kids, to wanting to have kids and adopt?
Having my own, literally, seeing my niece. When my niece was born, my twin, the one I call my twin sister, when she was born, it was over with. Like, I like babies. That's really an exaggeration. I'm talking about the kids that just be wilding and their parents don't be doing. Them the kids I don't like.
Shit, there's a lot of them now. Boy,
when they in the store and the mom is just like looking at you like, why are you looking at me? And I'll be like, it's okay.
Right.
Those are the kinds I didn't like. But I love kids. I've been watching it, sitting for my nieces, my nephews, and combing their hair since I was about 8. So that might have had me saying that as well.
But let me ask you this, too. I know you're doing all this in real time, but now you got baby girls, and then you just had another baby girl now. How are you, like, I don't want to say raising because it's just a process. It's not a specific thing. But how did you accomplish as well? It seemed like what your parents did with your daughters. You know what I mean? I don't know them personally like that, but they seem to be great young. They're beautiful first and foremost, but they seem to be great young ladies. You know what I mean? How did that happen for you in real time?
So sorry, y'all. In real time, it happened to where the village, like I said, they got to be with their side of the family. It wasn't just like when you say, oh, well, did your mom and your stepmom get along? Yeah, y'all, everybody gonna get along now. Everybody got to get along.
Right.
And then when Mama Jeans came in, that just put the extra 2 on the 10. Like, we got this down pat. We gonna do this. Like, there was no question, no doubt in my mind. And even with him, he's not he has like 4 sisters. So, he knows discipline too. And he got this was dual parenting. This is what you call, what do they say? When they say they're gonna productive co-parent or whatever that new age term is, that there were a few hiccups. But I believe in God, and I really believe in Him, and I believe in protection, and I believe in, again, don't start nothing, won't be anything. So even with the hiccups, it's just like I would never do something crazy like, oh, you can't see your kid. Like, that is so no. And that might, have something to do because we're going to always keep it intelligent. Or, around, you're going to be intelligent, you're going to get influence, you're going to get snatched up out of an influence. If it's a bad influence, you're going to do what you're supposed to do. And then you just have these examples. That's how they became, just like I had that example. My dad had to get up at 5 o'clock. I got to get up with him. We got to get ready. He got to make me oatmeal, take me to Winchell's. Well, I got to get up at 4. I got to get the kids ready. I got to go to take them to the daycare. I got to go to Starbucks. I didn't have to go to Starbucks. But look where we are now at Starbucks. I got 2 shift lead baristas. So it's just like, you never know where, but yeah, when you have that example, and even as far as the business, so the business thing, they totally attribute that to seeing the people in their lives. They got to see Queen Jean with her business. This is a woman that has this, and these children are there, and they're being taken care of. They're around this person more than they are their own parents. That's having a successful business. Like they all graduated, you know what I mean? So that's how they wound up how they are. And then they knew, I don't take any mess.
Did they remember all that when they were back around Queens? They remember when they used to when they were babies, or they remember that at the daycare?
Yes, they remember. Yeah, no, Kennedy was the baby there. And she just used to, you know, her eyes would just light up because the way we came to be, we had been around each other as family, but we didn't know each other. Because I'm over here in this corner, she's in that pocket, or we might not even been around in the same vicinity, but at the Education for Success, another business thing that someone in my family has where they do giveaways for the children. And I just seen her and I was like, you can't be from us. Like, who are you married to? And I had the kids, so she's probably like, who's this girl walking up to me with this? What?
Right.
But yeah, but that's how. But they remember, and it was just, you know, on after that, and we're so alike, and so the kids knew you're not gonna. We'll sit there for 2 hours on y'all. Like, now you know you should have did that. You know what I mean? But they understood. So yeah, they remember. Right. Yeah, they really remember.
That's what's up.
Ain't nothing to it but to do it. Get your butt up and go to work. Basically, is what they. Right. Thank the Lord for that.
Right.
So
when did you like? Because I know, like you said, you were always into music and things of that nature. And I think we talked briefly about you doing the intern thing at the KGLH, and I'm just going back to that to say, like, when did you knew you had a love for this? Because even what you do now, even whether you meant to do it or not, but like being in radio and things, like people tell you have a great voice and things. So was any of this in your mind at that time when you were thinking about any of this, or did it kind of happen even with the intern and maybe you getting into some type of the entertainment field?
Like for this particular show, or just for like anything with
just period
broadcasting?
Yeah.
Just period.
Yeah, just
I used to always play around. Again, I had the Radio Raheem boombox, so I used to just always play around with pushing the buttons. And then my dad would record himself. He would record himself when he would preach, or when he was studying the word. And then when he got the TV show, that's when I was like, oh, okay, you could do this. You set up your own little set. I've always had that, and I probably attribute it to the amount of news that I did have to watch. So I like the newscasters, and I like how they progressed over the years.
Right.
They just keep up with the times. And now it's a lot of more of us, and I like how they're letting us wear our hair natural and just the different, you know, things that are changing with that. But yeah, I've always had a thought, or, you know, I wanted to do it. Wow. Guess who's calling? Hold on, people.
Cool.
Hold on, party people. Hold on. Tell the people hello. Just say hello, and I'm going to call you back. I'm on the air right now. We just talked about you.
Okay. Tell everybody God bless you and hello. This is Reverend Taking up my time and stuff, but God bless you, each and every one of you. Have a good day. Pray for you.
All right. I'll call you back. Love you.
Thank you. Wow.
Well, that was a man with the plan. Sorry, y'all.
Wow.
That was man with the plan. So, So just having him, you know, do what he did, and then get to be around the people at KJLH just fueled it more. Programming, I think that might be a little bit more to where I want to go, because I've been making playlists since. I mean, again, I used to make the little tapes. I used to tape stuff off the radio. Cut it.
Programmers,
you know, if they went to commercial or something.
The program director, that's the man. That's the person really. That's the one right there. You know what I mean? That's what you want to be if you are in radio. So yeah, that's great. Go ahead. Yeah.
Yeah.
They make it
and
happen.
I was super. They do make it happen. So they made it. I was just super honored. You know, Mr. Bynum, he would let me fit a song in there, you know, once or twice. So I'd be like, oh, have you heard this one? And,
Right.
you know, he would play it, and then a story would come along. Oh, girl, I know all about that, and da-da-da-da. Or you might get a good Marvin story, or might get a good Smokey story. And I was like, they was doing that? So just that reporter's kind of spirit, nosiness, I guess you might say, journalism, which I took in high school, and love. I was a sports editor.
Okay. Were you able to learn anything on the business side? Not business, but just how, especially back then, kind of how radio was ran and how things worked, how they moved and shaked, or were you just doing what you did? You know, as far as like how things work in radio and what they do, what goes on behind the scenes, what people don't know. Were you able to take any of that?
Yes. I did notice, I noticed for like the offices and things like that, because there's their whole section where they have to do, you know, the promotions and things like that.
Right.
Just the front, the desk atmosphere, the receptionist, and I've also been a Power 106 before because I had to pick up concert tickets.
Right.
And I would just look up, you know, in the sky or whatever, or look around, and then I would notice, like, when the next shift person would come in, the DJs or whatnot, you know, like how they would close out, again, how they would control the board, the on-air light, the different directions they would give to one another. I like that because there was once upon a time I also thought I was going to be like a working movies, camera director. So entertainment kind of has always been something in that. I could work on the set. I'll do the, you know, the stage, or do the props, or again, jobs. These are all jobs. These are a lot of jobs, but when something goes down, like with the writer's strike, which a lot of people don't understand, yeah, these people are out of work. That's the people that hold the microphone for the reality. Like, that's a job.
That thing has been going on for a
scene.
minute now, too.
Yeah, they don't play when it comes to that.
This long. But this seems kind of serious because it don't seem like no one's really budging on either end. And it's a lot what I'm hearing with this shit. This AI stuff and all this, that shit is like, that shit is kind of serious, man. But not to go in a different direction. Go ahead.
That's the same direction because it, you know, it all plays a part. And then when you do think, I saw a post yesterday where these people were kind of like, yeah, Los Angeles radio stations, what is really going on with y'all? It's changes like that where you don't, if you're not feeling represented in any kind of way, and I say this with anything, I'm a firm believer in you have to try to navigate yourself to either try to help solve the issue or, you know, make it better, not just complain. So it's my example. It's easy for you to say, "Oh, these gangs and these kids and this crime and these Crips," or you could say, "I'm going to go and talk to them at the Boys and Girls Club in Watts or at the library." That's the kind of exposure I had with my dad growing up as well. You're out there talking to the youth. I'm going to prison with you because you're going to go talk to people, or, you know, meetings, gang interference, and all those different kinds of things. Working with the mayor, with Tom Bradley at the time, trying to use your poetry.
Shout out to Tom Bradley.
Yeah. Another good friend of the Berkeley family.
Wow.
I think he went to school with, like, my great uncle or something like that. Yeah.
Wow.
Surrounded by
I mean, I don't know too much about the politics then because I was a kid, but I just remember just a different time with Tom Bradley. I just remember used to seeing you being able to see Tom Bradley. It was just I don't know. It seemed okay then. You know, but I don't know. It could have been fucked up. I don't know, but I didn't know about politics. So I don't know what he was doing. But I just remember those times and I just remember that fate. You know, it was just a different. You know what I mean? And just
Yeah. As a sign of our time, just like the Lake Show Lakers, or you know what's going on with them, or USC, or different things like that. Yeah, they're implanted for a reason. And shout out to Tom Bradley, he crashed the Olympics.
Yeah, exactly.
Tom
That's what I'm
Bradley
saying. That
slander
whole
will be
time.
tolerated.
Yeah, exactly. I just remember those times, you know. In the 80s, that was
That's
Tom
some
Bradley.
good stuff.
For sure.
Yeah, that's some good stuff. I'll take a Tom Bradley over. Never mind. So we are gonna go there. We just
Yeah, we go
self-destruction. Like that's
yeah,
a whole other show.
Talking self-destruction. Let's go to try to get to another song because you got some cold. You got this playlist was dope too. You know what I mean? So I just want to slide some of that in as we move on. Yeah. What you want to go to next?
Since we were just honored with a call from the man, I can't believe he remembered. He just dialed the wrong number, y'all. He was supposed to call the studio. That's okay. That's okay. Shout out to my dad.
Shout out to Pops. Braxton.
Okay, I'm going to dedicate this to the time he used to, when we rode down Central, we would count churches and liquor stores till we got to our destination while I was never scared. Let's go to Colors.
Wow. Shout out to Pops.
Yo, let's do this.
That's right.
I am a nightmare walking, psychopath talking, king of my jungle, just a gangster stalking, living life like a firecracker, quick as my fuse. Vendettas to death, back the colors I choose, red or blue, cause of blood, it just don't matter. Sucker died for your life when my shotgun scattered. The gangs of LA will never die. Just multiply colors. You don't know me, fool. You disown me, cool. I don't need your assistance, social persistence. Any problem I got, I just put my fist in. My life is violent, but violence is life. Peace is a dream, reality is a night. My colors, my honor, my colors, my all. With my colors upon me, one soldier stands tall. Tell me, what have you left me? What have I got? Last night in cold blood, my young brother got shot. My homeboy got jacked. My mother's on crack. My sister can't work cause her arm showed track. Madness, insanity, live in profanity. Then some punk claiming they're understanding me. Give me a break. What world do you live in? Death is my set. Guess my religion. My pants are sagging, braided hair. Suckers stare, but I don't care. My game ain't knowledge, my game fear. I've no remorse, so squares beware. But my true mission is just revenge. You ain't my set, you ain't my friend. Wear the wrong color, your life could end. Homicide's my favorite binge color.
I can't have no car over the side of the road. Driver, put your hands on the front dashboard. Passenger, out of the car. Kneel down by the side of the road, asshole. You moving. He's back up, he's got a gun.
So I'll just walk like a giant, police defiant. You'll say to stop, but I'll say that I can't. My gang's my family, it's all that I have. I'm a star on the walls, my autograph. You don't like it, so you know where you can go. Cause the streets are my stage, and terror is my show. Psychoanalyze, try, diagnose me why. It wasn't your brother to brutally die, but it was mine, so let me define. My territory, don't cross the line. Don't try to act crazy, cause that shit don't faze me. If you ran like a punk, it wouldn't amaze me, cause my color is death. Though we all want peace, but our war won't end till all wars cease.
Crackers wanna know how I live the Mac life, making money smoking mics like crackers wanna know how I live the Mac life, making money smoking mics like crack pipe.
This is the original Los Angeles beat spiller, Tweet Cadillac, baby. And you tuned in to the G-Lew Show. West Side Wednesday, OG Sunday. We rolling the pimp line. Baby Cadillac, baby. Yeah. Make sure to tune in every Wednesday night, 7 to 9 p.m. Put some pimpin' in your life. Yeah.
Niggas wanna know how I live the Mac life, making money smoking mics like crackers wanna know. How I live the Mac life, making money smoking mics like
Back
crackers
at it
wanna know.
with Cuzzin Marci, the interview part 2. Cuzzo.
Part 2, people. That's right.
Yeah. Hey, speaking of, let me ask you this briefly. Speaking of like Colors, Ice-T, you know, the 80s and all that we went through, you know, obviously and luckily you weren't, you know, caught up in none of that too much, but did you have anyone that was affected any kind of way, like close to you, with gang violence or anything of that nature where it did kind of spill over into your life one way or another?
Yes. Unfortunately, early on, like, this is still in Pacoima, we had a Boys and Girls Club like most cities do. And, of course, it was where all the neighborhood kids went. So I did have my little friends, but I was only allowed to go to their homes. So they were having, like, you know, little dance troops there. And I would always beg, Daddy, can I go to the Boys and Girls Club? Nope. Never got to go. And one of my classmates, she got shot and killed. And my cousin was there, the one that I was speaking on in the other episode that I did go to school with, and the girl wound up basically passing away in her arms. Yeah, it was horrible.
Wow.
But I again begged to go, and my dad told me no. So there were different, you know, things that even went on out there, and it's just like the DJ Quick song is just like Compton. Like that's the world is a ghetto.
Right.
Like it's horrible.
Right.
Yeah. Rest in peace to those. But that just continued. Also, one of the first.
I heard you say something about your in the last episode, a boyfriend or something got killed. We didn't go into it. Was that anything tragic, or what happened with that? I know we didn't really.
That was
go into that.
Yeah, that was after school age years. Yeah, so that was after we were grown. I think he was. He might have been 19 or 20 at the time. Yeah, but yeah, another. Yeah, that one, and what else went on out there? Oh, one of the first school shootings, unfortunately, was one of my elementary school classmates, too. The boy that got killed, that was Niecy Nash's brother.
Oh, wow.
But truthful, I didn't know that till, you know, after I started noticing her, and she was telling her story and giving the details, and I was like, oh, wow. But yeah, that happened. So yeah, it was always a part. There was effect. There were people, you know, in the family. Some people were doing their thing, and you know, from everywhere. But you stay out of that. That wasn't the lane I ever was trying to go when we were younger.
Right.
You know, the girls would want to play fight.
I noticed that from the beginning. I noticed that early on, like that. Like you said, you never was even your direction. But I'm just kind of curious because at those times it was around, and like for you to not even be influenced. But it keeps going back to your parents and your dad specifically. It seems like he was really on it, even with you like doing stuff, Boys and Girls Club. He must have knew that wasn't safe. Obviously, if you had someone get killed there, so I'm seeing a lot of credit going to your pops and your parents who are obviously doing a great job. You know what I mean? But still, even you accepting that, because kids can be rebellious. You could have been the most kids that the parents be on them. They want to go against the grain. You know what I mean? So I just applaud you too. You know.
Yeah, maybe, because some kids that they can have, what they need, and they might still, like you said, rebel, but we don't
some
know
of them be the
what's
worst
causing
ones.
that rebellion. We don't know. It could be, I have, family members as well. They didn't maybe not grow up with their mother, or they have to live with another family member, and they might have did different things than me, or even, they might have rebelled. Who knows? But it all comes down to, you got a brain, and when you become at that age, like they say in the Bible, where you do know right from wrong, that's on you. I take that very, seriously. You can't play with that, especially like in your mind. So it's all decision making. You know how to make those decisions. You touch the stove, it's hot. But you dodged that. You dodged that.
Let me ask. Right, you did a great job of it. I just keep applying. That's why I keep going back to it a little bit. But
like the Matrix.
Standing up. You keep standing on business though. You like, no, nigga, I was on point. So applaud to you. But let me ask you this: speaking on the church and you being involved so much in the family, was that ever a route for you, or thinking about maybe getting deeper in the church, the ministry, anything, or was it something that deterred you from that, or like where were you at as far as the church thing? Because it seems to be always around you, and I see you even reverting to it, but we don't see that in you much. So where were you at ever on the church tip, or wanting to get deeper into it or go away from it?
Yeah. Well, there was, that time when you do say, oh, I'm going to pick my own, route or whatnot, even making a decision if you get baptized with them, but just the comfortability of, having my grandparents there and seeing how they maneuver in the church and outside of the church, it's fun. You could have your dinners, you could do your events, you could do your youth conferences. My grandmother is the one that had me like that, so I wasn't trying to do anything too much with them. I might have joined a choir or two, but that was just so I could be standing next to grandmother, like, oh, we sang in the choir together, thank goodness, so we could have that as a memory. But it was really just her influence, my dad's influence. I remember I used to sit up, my grandfather, he used to sit in the front of the church, and me and my auntie would look at him. We'd be like, just look at him. What he over there thinking about? Like we would like make fun of him, because sometimes he would just stare at my grandmother, but you could see that love, everything they've been through or whatnot, and he just sitting up there like, whoo, and don't let him try to start singing a song. It'd be like, oh, he really feeling it today. But I didn't want to go too far in that, other than influencing my daughters. They have that, and they have their, and we have started, thank the Lord, going back. COVID has stopped a lot of that, but I did the online thing. I do, my online church still, and my meditation, and I'm
so you're
big
still,
into that.
that's
but
what I say, you're still
like,
you're into
it.
Yeah,
I'm still in it.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm still into it a lot, but I have a, I believe when they say like religion, with the different things you do in your life, I feel laughter and bringing people happiness is my religion, if that makes sense. I want you to have peace, and you know what I mean, like I want you to, especially if you're around me. If someone is around me, like family or whatnot, like I'm gonna try to, I need that smile, I need you, okay, everything good, you good,
get that.
You know what I'm saying?
I get that, and that's what I've always gotten from you the whole time, like positive energy, and just always, like you say, laughter, smiles. You're gonna be goofy sometimes, but it's always just like love and happiness. So yeah, I do think that is part of your gift as well. You know what I mean? That's a beautiful thing.
Thank you. It's too much bad. It's too much frowning stuff around. Where we have tragedy every single day. Look what just happened in Maui. And you just look at these things, and you got to find the lining and the silver lining. You have to stay in prayer. You have to, we joke and we kid a lot, and we talk tough, and we talk that gangster stuff, and I'm going to say Snoop Dogg this and Snoop Dogg that, but that's really Cuzzin Marci. I want to bring joy.
Right. That's beautiful. That's beautiful. Well, we're gonna wrap it up because we got a few minutes left, but I think we kind of covered mostly everything. Is there anything we missed?
We got all the children out the way. See how that works?
Yeah, we did that. Shout out to the kids. And before we go, shout out Normani Candles briefly because we talked about that, but talk about how the girls put that together and what's going on with that right quick so the people can know.
Definitely. Shout out to Normani Candles. It is a black-owned business. No, that's not what I was going to say. But, yes, it is a business that was created in the year 2000, post-pandemic and quarantine. My oldest girl, Kiara, she came into the fold and was like, I'm starting a business. And this was just like after relocating, I said, well, okay, you go ahead and do that. And then she just like put the word out to her family members and but I'll just give you all this. They're just a small family-owned business. They're dedicated to making the best candles. They officially launched in October 2020. They have a knack for great-smelling candles. They decided to handcraft on their own. They specialize in non-toxic soy wax-based candles. The candles are free of dyes, paraffin, and phthalates, ensuring quality, safe candles for you and your family. They do have a mission statement. You can find that right at their website, NorAmaniCandles.com. The mission statement, they just want to provide every customer with quality handcrafted candles from our home to yours. Using only the best and safest ingredients, we guarantee you'll fall in love, not only when you first light our candle, but at first sight of the beautiful packaging. At Amani Candles, we value our candles so much that if you aren't satisfied, we'll make that moment right. Delivery info, doing business with us is no hassle. If you get your order shipped, it should arrive within 2 to 3 business days. You can tag them on social media. They are on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, or X, whatever that thing is called now. Some of the featured products, just listen to these names, y'all. Wild Honey Butterscotch, Salted Caramel Pumpkin Spice. The pumpkin season is upon us, y'all. Get in here. Prices start from $15. Rated 5 stars. Cinnamon Dolce Praline Candles, Peachy Bourbon Farmer's Cobbler. They launched some new summer scents, so let's go and get those. Coffee Caramel Cone, Lemon Rose Sorbet, and Beach House. I like the Beach House for those of you that like the smell of beach. So it happens to be my 3 daughters and my nephew, Skylar. But again, NorAmaniCandles.com. Get your candles today, okay? And thank you to the G-Lew platform, Cousin Jean, for the announcements. You always shout us out. We really do appreciate y'all more than you know. I'm about to take them over there to, you know where, next week. Lord,
hey, let me say this. Let me say this though. That was a cold fucking drop right there. That was so perfect. Look. That was so perfect. I'm gonna clip that and use that for a commercial drop for Normani Candles. That's the new spot. That's the new commercial right there. That was like a script right there.
Oh yeah, all information can be found. Thank you. Thank
Christ.
You, y'all. Thank you, and don't forget about that blueberry harvest too. That's another good one. But yeah, no problem. Go ahead and do that.
Bro.
And then I'm put that DJ Maniac beat on there too. He came with some heat. Yeah, so he's over there on Mercy's Minute too.
He's your number one supporter right now too. Shout out to DJ Maniac. I thought he would have checked in. Shout out Maniac though.
Yeah, we all gotta support each other. Like, we just trying to do the right thing, not the wrong thing. And keep those fire beats coming. Shout out to you. And yeah, we're gonna make this thing happen, Captain. I'm stuck on the website, y'all. I check it out every couple of days or so. But you gotta look good. She teaches me things, so never be afraid to ask your children. Shoot, she be in there.
Never too old to teach an old dog new tricks. What they say. But yeah, it's always about learning.
Right there.
Youngsters can teach you a lot because the youngsters they got it right now. As far as all that stuff, the technology and all that stuff going on,
right?
They got it. We learned from them. So shout out to the youngsters. Now, a couple minutes more left. Cuzzin Marci, before we wrap it up, what's in the future for Marci? I know we talked about it earlier. We got the Marci's Minute coming, a lot of great things. But what's in the future overall for Marci, life-wise? Where do you see going? You ever see yourself finding love again? Or is it fuck love and fuck boys and it's just about family? Or are you just going to ride it on out? What's in the future for Cuzzin Marci? For the people, we got to get one more TMZ moment.
The future looks grand. The future is so grand. Okay. I'm going to do big things. I am going to learn the board. Going to keep this broadcasting thing dream on its course, okay? And what happens along the way, keep God first. You got to keep God first. You can't collaborate with Cuzzin Marci and you don't know G-O-D.
That part.
Okay. Put that on a beat. But nah, just to keep moving forward and trying to, put my hand anywhere I can to be a helping hand. I love what I'm doing. I hope that's exuded through my voice. Maybe one day, people that don't know me, they'll see my face. But yeah,
there we go.
I'm pumped. I'm just like,
we're gonna get her ass on camera one day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The people that know me, they know what I look like. No, I'm gonna have to do like that one lady did on YouTube. She went about maybe 2 years running her channel. Oh, it was a huge scandal. That mess was so funny. They called her the Avatar, but she got into so much stuff because she just never showed her face, and they was really pressing her. They was really pressing her. Speaking of moving on and doing great things, so as a new conglomerate, or not conglomerate, but as a new helping hand over there with another YouTuber, the G-Lew Show, what does the G-Lew Show want to represent for their next community posting on the Star Report?
Oh. Sheesh. I'll get at you. We'll get that together. I'll let you know. Perfecto. I got you.
I hope that people have enjoyed part 1 and part 2.
We need to put this out there.
Well, you got to give me the keys to do that.
Yeah.
Or maybe we'll get the emails together because they're going to be asking and they're going to want it. And then shout out to Queen Jean too, because they should definitely know your name over there. So we got to get you too.
Shout out to Queen Jean on vacation.
That's right. On vacation. I hope you're having a good time. We love you. And since Blog Talk is back together, we're going to see the peoples on Friday.
Yeah. Check out Queen Jean and Cuzzin Marci Flashback Fridays. And that's it, y'all. Anything you want to leave the people with, Marci? We're about to get up out of here. Take us out of here, Cuzzin Marci.
Let's get on out of here. Don't let it make you or break you, but it can definitely be around you. We're going to go to Too Short with The Ghetto. It's the world. And until next time, thank you so much, Cuzzo. Appreciate you.
Oh, yes, you already know. And thank you, everyone who joined us tonight, tuned in. If you missed part 1, go back and check out part 1. It's up right now. And part 2 will be up not only on Blog Talk, we're going to have it on YouTube as well. So go support this episode. Much love to Cuzzin Marci, and check them out on Friday for Flashback Fridays. And check us out again on Sunday as well for OG Sundays. And don't forget to check out our YouTube channel. The G-Lew Show YouTube channel and Marci's Minute on YouTube. You dig? And like that there, we're out of here. Peace and love. Y'all have a great rest of your week. Love.
Amen. Peace out, y'all.
Talking about the ghetto. Funky ghetto. Trying to survive. Trying to stay alive. Don't ghetto. Don't ghetto.
story I tell is so incomplete. 5 kids in the house, no food to eat. Don't look at me and don't ask me why. Mama's next door, getting high. Even though she's got 5 mouths to feed, she'd rather spend her money on the HIT. I always tell the truth about things like this. I wonder if the mayor overlooked that list. Instead of adding to the task force, send some help. Waiting on him, I better help myself. Housing Authority and the OPD. All these guns just to handle me in the ghetto.
People are dying. The ghetto. Children are crying. The ghetto. Don't have enough to eat. The ghetto. Don't even have shoes on there. The ghetto.
Even though they put us down and call us animals, we make real big banks and buy brand new clothes, drive fancy cars, make love to stars. Never really saying just who we are. We use alias names like Too Short. Sell your stuff you might kill for. Young kids grow up and that's all they know. Didn't teach him in school, now he's slanging dope. Only thing he knows is how to survive. But will he kill another brother before he dies in the ghetto? You keep one eye open all day long, just hoping and hoping you can pay your bills and not drink too much. Then the problems of life you'll be throwing up like me. But you don't see 10 years from now, where will you be?
The ghetto. Trying to get out of the ghetto. The ghetto. But I got no place to go. The ghetto. Trying to survive in the heart of the ghetto. The ghetto. 'Cause that's the only place that I know.
So much game in a Too Short rap. Can't be white and whites can't be black. Why you wanna act like someone else? All you gotta do is just be yourself. We're all the same color underneath. Short dog is in the house, you better listen to me. Never be ashamed of what you are. Proud to be black, stand tall and hard. Even though some people give you no respect, be intelligent when you put them in check. 'Cause when you're ignorant, you get treated that way. And when they throw you in jail, you got nothing to say. So if you don't listen, it's not my fault. I'll be getting paid and you'll be paying the cost. Sitting in the jailhouse running your mouth while me and my people try to get out.